a built-in recorder.
Yeah, it's got Bluetooth radio in there.
Are we recording now?
Yeah.
All right. Are we doing an official welcome for everybody?
Sure. So this is episode 47.
48?
No, 47.
I'm just going to argue every time now.
I think it's 47.
That's my new thing.
It's definitely 47.
We'll go with 47. I won't argue when we get to 100.
We're trying from inside the car.
And we have a guest who you've heard about before.
Yeah, so Stephanie is in the back seat.
Stephanie is Andrew's fiance.
Okay.
You gotta speak up a little bit probably because you're in the back seat, Stephanie. So we all know you can.
Yeah.
So speak up a little bit.
Hello.
There you go. There's Stephanie.
So we're in my new daily.
Newly purchased.
Newly purchased daily.
Probably hear it because it's got broken exhaust.
Yeah.
So they don't buy not broken cars.
No.
What is this car, Andrew?
It is a 2004 WRX STI.
Wrong.
Oh no, why did I say STI?
Not an STI.
I used to
You
own an
loser.
It has STI floor mat.
You poser. Yes, we used to own an STI. This is a standard WRX.
Yes.
And it was originally owned by a good friend of the podcast. And you just recently purchased it off of him. Because he's now in the market for a dadmobile.
Yes.
So,
But I think he plans on buying a new body style one.
oh, really?
Yeah.
He was just tired of keeping up with maintenance on an older car.
But
Yeah.
he proved that this will baby.
Yes, the car will babby, as they say.
Yes.
He does already have the babby. But he wants something newer because
He had a green arrow there.
he...
But he took really good care of it. Like I didn't have to do much to it.
No, just the downpipe's really all you gotta do. And he has an axle in it, I think.
I actually have a downpipe left over from STI,
Okay.
and I left the modified exhaust on the S-Town, and I traded it, and I kept the stock STI exhaust, so it will have stock STI exhaust.
So it'll be slightly louder than stock, but slightly quieter than it is right now broken.
Yeah, so it's gonna have a 20,000 mile STI exhaust on it.
Right. So you can call it a 2004 WRX with a 2005 WRX STI exhaust if you want to call it an
That's
STI.
right. Yeah.
Instead of just, bringing up the wrong information for our audience again.
Oh, whatever.
So we're doing a Sunday night cruise to go get an ice cream.
Yep.
I'm not sure where we're going, but give me a destination and I'll point it there because I am driving.
How about
Maybe
Richardson's? Yeah.
I was going to say too. All right, Richardson's it is.
Yeah.
So a little local ice cream knowledge for our audience.
Yeah.
This car was originally going to be purchased for Stephanie, actually, correct?
Correct.
And then Andrew is a selfish baby person.
No.
And decided that he wants to keep it for himself.
That's not true. Stephanie doesn't like the seats in it.
To be clear, I am all of 5'2", and presently the seating position just does not work correctly for
A
me to
5'2"
drive.
person, yes.
I can push the clutch in, but that's about as far as I go.
That's all you have to do. It's a set of, you know what model Sparkle seats these are, Andrew?
No, I don't know.
Oh, well, there's a stop sign there.
Yeah, there's stuff.
They're not fixed back, right? They're adjustable.
No, they are. Yeah, they're adjustable.
Yeah. So they're a street seat, not a race seat, but they are significantly lower than stock. So for a 5'2" person to drive this car while basically sitting on the floorboards, I understand why it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Andrew's not actually a selfish baby person in this particular case.
Plus,
He did decide to buy it anyway, though, for himself. So.
well, I drove it and I was like, this is too nice, and for the money he was willing to sell it to me for,
Yes.
like it is probably the nicest GD body style WRX you can find.
It's certainly the nicest one you would find for the amount of money you paid for it.
Yes.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm driving it, and you may not make it back home because I'm gonna have to kill you and buy it myself.
Basically, it drives like a brand new car.
Yeah. Other than the slightly louder exhaust, it's a really good car.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying this actually. It's been a long time since I've driven a proper WRX or any all-wheel drive
Or
turbo
something
car.
that isn't 100 years old.
Well, I mean, I drive my truck every day, so
Yeah.
thank you for the dig. But my truck is my truck drives like it's 100 years old because it's a body-on-frame, 25-foot long, automatic transmission, obnoxious vehicle. So, yeah, it's been a long time since I've driven a good all-wheel drive turbo car. Actually, probably since I blew up my Galant 2 years ago.
Probably.
Might have been the last one I drove.
Mm-hmm.
mean, I've driven the 100-year-old cars for a while, but nothing modern and put together well. So, what mods does this car have, Andrew?
He's got, excuse me, one of the original access ports.
Yep, because he bought this car brand spanking new in 04.
Yeah.
And that was the first mod he did, I think, was the access port, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the first tune that it came out with.
Yeah.
When you would shift at the top of second gear, there was some weird it was the shift point was wrong, and when you'd shift, it would just fall out of boost, and when in the third gear, it just bogged. And then they released a different tune for the access port that fixed that problem.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I remember when you first put it in, it was kind of annoying. Because you get on it, you go through first gear, you get into second gear, and then it was like, wait a second, where'd all the power go?
I know it
seems to be gone now. And you give it a little.
It's stage 1, bro.
Yeah, she goes pretty good.
Yeah, it's got a carboy shifter.
Okay.
That was the first mod he ever did. That's
the access port.
I think so, because I remember helping him put it in.
Yeah. This car is cool because it's been in the auto off topic family, as to say, since it was new.
Keep going straight.
Go straight.
Yeah. And then I just put on today. I had a leftover Dent Sport shift knob for my STI.
It's the fancy one that's embossed on top, DSG.
Yeah.
So, like you said earlier, little New England Motorsports history.
Yeah.
To go with the car with the auto off topic history.
So he's only done
We are not getting pulled over.
No,
there's a fire truck the other way.
He's got AGXs.
Yeah, KYB AGXs
and
with iBox.
No, I think they're Swift Springs.
Swifts. Okay.
And then basically he's just done all the maintenance that the car has ever needed.
It also has Sparco wheels.
That's right, the Corsas.
Yeah, Sparco Corsa wheels, dark gray.
And some decent Michelin all seasons. Yeah. I'll take this left. Right.
Right. Yeah. And he never did too much with it. I mean, remember him doing a couple autocrosses with us?
It's got a new clutch already.
Yep. Rear main seal, timing belt's already done.
Yeah.
I remember him doing a couple of autocrosses with us and a couple of rally crosses with us in the car, but overall, it never really didn't do too much competition stuff.
No.
So, man, it drives nice.
It drives real nice. I get better mileage than my truck every day on the highway.
Oh, I'd hope so.
Yeah. So because the 9M Montero, I was telling you the other day, it's got a 24-gallon fuel tank.
Yeah.
I filled it up on Monday. It was basically empty on Friday. I went 340 miles, but it's 24 gallons.
Yeah,
so.
24 gallons is a lot of gallons.
Yeah.
My truck's the same way. My truck is 22-gallon tank in the diesel truck.
Yeah.
And just shy of 400 miles usually is an average. If with a lot of highway driving. If it's all city driving, it's significantly less. And towing a trailer, it's half that. But that's about where I get with that. Man, these cars have kind of reached the bottom of the depreciation cycle now. I think
these are solid cars.
I think now's the time to pick one up if you can find a good one, because I mean you can find a half decent one for $5,000, right?
Yeah, I think these cars held together over the long term better.
Yeah, as long as you find one that's not rusty.
Yeah.
I know here in the Northeast, the wagons, they all have the rear strut towers rot.
Yeah.
And the quarter panels rust on the sedans.
This has got a little bit. We'll let that fix.
Yeah, it's not bad though.
But I don't think the interior. I think the interior aged well.
Yeah, I mean it's very simple.
I don't agree with people that think the interior doesn't look good or it seems cheap.
Well, I mean,
it seems adequate for the car.
It seems cheaper than an Audi, but the car is cheaper than an Audi.
Yeah.
For what it is, it was nicer than an Lancer.
It's funny. I was thinking. So in August of 2001, I bought my Talent, which is an 11-year-old car at that point.
Yeah.
Now this is a 13-year-old car, and granted I'm paying a little more money than it, but I can't imagine having this car as a 16-year-old because it's
significantly faster than the stock Talent.
Yeah, not like by a whole lot, but these are pretty fast cars. Like this would be a lot of car for a 16-year-old.
It's a lot of car for a 36-year-old because I just went way too fast. That section of road that I'm on right now.
We'll call it
the test track. We'll call it, the test track. Yeah, it's Special Stage Route 11, Andrew, because it's nighttime and there's a lot of neon signs.
Yep.
So yeah, no, this car it boogies pretty good.
Yeah, it's got hustle.
I want one now.
It brought back a lot of memories driving it, from having the STI.
You know what's funny is I was significantly jealous when our friend bought this car brand new.
Yeah.
Because as a Talon owner at the time myself, this was kind of like what I aspired to. Because it was the first time that a WRC, vehicle was marketed in this country as such. The Galant VR4 had been available, but it was never marketed here as like a WRC car.
Yeah.
It was just marketed as an all-wheel drive, fall weather car. Whereas they really pushed the rally heritage in the country. In fact, all of the ad campaign showed this color, the World Rally Blue.
Yeah.
So as a, how old was I in 2004 when you bought this? I can't do math that quick. 22?
I was 20.
Yeah, so I was 22, 23. And it was just like, this was the car. There was no Evo available yet. It was only this car.
Yep.
And it was just I wanted one bad.
The Evo was 03, so they were around, but they're 1 and 2 years old.
The math, the time frame in my head isn't lining up now, Andrew. Did he buy this car early? Was it like an early 04? He bought it in 03?
I think he bought it in April of 04.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, because I feel like I bought my 03 Evo in 04.
It was like in October or November you bought it.
I thought it was the beginning of 04.
No.
Alright, so maybe that's what pushed me to buy the Evo, was when I'd driven this. I was like, well, I'm going to buy it. Because at the time when he bought this, I wasn't not driving an all-wheel drive turbo car, because I had the Talon still, kind of.
It was a big deal because the 04 STI had come out.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a radio. It was all this weird shit.
Yeah, but at the time he bought this, I was driving my Audi, I think.
Yeah.
I had an 01 A4 180 Quattro, 5-speed sport package. And it was a cool car, but I liked this so much more. And I just remember being jealous because you got the Royal Rally Blue car, was the car I always wanted. And at the time, I just couldn't quite swing it. And, my college-educated friends that made more money than I did at the time, because I didn't go to college at the time, could buy it, and I didn't. And now here I am driving it.
Yep.
15 years later, 13 years later, whatever it is.
Well, he basically wanted to go to somebody that was going to take care of it.
Yeah.
And you want to see somebody young get it and cut it up, so
somebody old like us is going to get it and cut it up.
No, I'm probably going to leave it just like this. I'll fix the exhaust, and that's about it.
I hope that red paint in the ground is dry.
I hope so too.
Try and drive around it, but it's kind of right in the middle of the street.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah. I'm kind of hanging to the right because the paint's in the middle of the street, so if I went to the left lane, it would have been just bad.
So, anyway, enough about this car. We didn't get to talk about the last one.
Red paint.
You went to MOD.
I did go to MOD. Mitsubishi Owners Day East.
Yes.
It was actually unfortunate this year.
It wasn't in New Jersey. It was in Pennsylvania, right?
It was in Philadelphia.
Yeah, because their headquarters are in Swedesboro, New Jersey. So
yeah. It used to be at Campbell Field, which is in New Jersey,
just over the river, like under the
Ben Franklin Bridge. Camden. Thank you, Stephanie. Which is
Rutgers.
Yes, the murder capital of New Jersey, unfortunately.
Yes.
But they moved to Philadelphia. It's actually in the parking lot of the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium.
Got a real bird vibe here, guys.
Yeah, exactly. The parking lot of the stadium and of the where the Phillies play, they're right next door to each other.
The Bird Dome? I don't know what they call that.
They definitely don't call it the Bird Dome. It's like a shared parking lot for both venues, but they had it there. It's a much better venue because it's not in Camden, but there's no shade, and it's a cement parking lot, so that was really lame. Like, I brought Ollie, my dog, and had a really hard time keeping him comfortable, just because there was no place to go get out of the sun.
Yeah.
So he wound up hanging out.
There wasn't really any shade at Campbell's, though, either.
At least at Campbell's, there was like the inside you could go to, and there was over by the bridge. There was a shadow cast by the bridge.
Oh yeah.
And there was enough gunfire that the wind of the bullets going by would keep you cool the whole time. But where it is now, there's just no shade. It's a huge open field-like parking lot, and Ollie wound up staying underneath. Our friend AJ, who has the imported Shogun, wound up like hanging out underneath his truck with his water bowl. It's like, I'll go here, guys. Leave me alone. Slightly less boiling hot
Yeah, because you met up with all the Montero, East Coast
Yes,
Montero guys.
the Northeast Mitsubishi 4x4 is
Yes.
what to search for on Facebook for the group. Is actually a pretty active group of guys that all own Monteros or Pajeros
Yes,
or
I guess
Shoguns.
Eric is founded the group. So.
Yes, former guest Eric Morales. So we met up with them. I drove down. We met up at a campsite in the Wharton, I think is the name of it, Wharton, State Forest in New Jersey, the part of the New Jersey Pine Barrens. So we camped out the night before, and then went over to the event at the field in Philadelphia. Unfortunately, this year the event was the same day as, well, the same weekend, I should say, as the DSM shootout. So a lot of the good performance cars chose to go to the shootout versus the car show, obviously, because they had, the autocross and the drag racing and all the stuff they do at the DSM shootout. So it was really much more show cars than anything else. So it was kind of a different vibe than something that you or I would normally go to.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of hammered out, slammed cars, and not a lot of true Mitsubishi enthusiasts.
Hashtag built to park.
Yes, which actually is the name of a car club in our area, which
Yes,
is
I'm aware.
quite hysterical. I know you're aware. I'm just letting the rest of our audience know, Stephanie, that it is a thing. I'm actually gonna drive by the ice cream place.
Yeah.
Just we'll turn back and we'll come back to it. Just because we hear already, it's only been 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is wow. Look at that line.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we won't get ice cream there tonight.
Yeah. Well,
You know what it is? It's the last night of summer.
Yeah, school starts next week. Yeah.
it's like, man, this is like super throwback. We're driving this old car that we don't.
To our early 20s hangout.
This is so weird.
For a very, very regional knowledge drop. Richardson's Ice Cream is like a local farm that does their own dairy farm.
They basically supply all ice cream for every ice cream stand in the area.
Is Treadwell still open?
Yes.
It probably is. So if you loop back,
Yeah,
a
we'll
long
loop back
way,
and go to Treadwell.
We'll go to Treadwell's.
Yeah.
Go to the other local ice cream.
Another local ice cream place. Yeah. Actually, if that's closed, we can go to the Witch one there. It's the Dairy Witch.
Yep.
Or the Willows. This one's place we can go for ice cream. But this is definitely an old school cruise night because we're I would just drive around looking for something to do, like we're 19 again. I'm okay with that though.
Yeah. So take the right up here at the light.
Yeah, I'll loop around the light up here at 62. Anyway, so there are a lot more cars, a lot more show cars, a lot less performance cars, but it was the first year that the Montero group went down together. So it was the first year that we had more than one Montero at the show.
Yeah.
So that was good. The organizers, that was weird. Organizers didn't have.
Oh no, I meant go down to the next set of lights.
I know, but this just loops around, and I can go back in the street and turn around.
Oh.
The organizers didn't have it set up for the Beat Monteros there.
Yeah.
So they didn't have an award for best SUV.
Oh.
They had an award for best CUV,
Oh.
which I'm not
Whoops.
really sure what a CUV is.
It's a compact.
Utility
Is that what it means?
Oh no, I meant. All right, never mind.
Oh, I don't know what you meant. That's what I did.
Go down to the other lights.
Oh, you wanted me to go down by Danvers State Hospital?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do
Oh,
that.
wicked old school.
Alright, I'm gonna do that anyway. Turn around again. They didn't have an award for best SUV. They had an award for best CUV, and they actually awarded it to AJ's right-hand drive Shogun,
Yeah.
which we all thought was kind of strange because his vehicle is. I don't want to say it's bad. It's not. The thing's awesome, but it's by far not a show vehicle.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of contention in the rest of the CUV crowd.
Oh.
Where's reverse in this car? I don't remember.
It's up and over to your right
Left
and back.
Ah, there it is.
Japanese 5-speed.
So lots of the different ones. So make up this whole neighborhood by turning around.
I don't think it's that loud out of the car.
It's pretty loud. I heard you coming down the street earlier when you were coming to my
It's
father's,
as loud as my Galant.
which is not quiet.
No.
Remember, you got pulled over for that for having too loud of an exhaust.
Yeah.
So yes, it's as loud as your Galant, which you got pulled over for having
I
too
was
loud of an
almost.
exhaust.
We're almost in Vermont.
I was like a mile from the Vermont border, and the guy got me.
You were in Vermont though, right?
No.
Nope.
Oh,
The
it's New
very-
Hampshire?
If you're on 91, there's one turnoff right before you cross the border to Vermont. and that's where he made me pull over.
And he had a Prius already pulled over.
Yeah.
The Prius have loud exhaust too?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they got best SUV went to him, and when they gave him the award, they said that they gave it to him because the vehicle was interesting, because it was a right-hand drive Mitsubishi Shogun, and it was covered in mud.
Okay.
So they liked the fact that he used it as intended, which I think slighted some of the show car, those Outlander show cars and stuff, that were not thrilled with that outcome. But because he literally did no prep, we drove through the woods and then drove to the show, and he parked it and took home best CUV trophy.
It was like a really big trophy too.
It was a ridiculously big trophy. So we called it the trophy truck for the rest of the weekend, and kind of razzed him about it. He had a slight issue on the way home. Not sure what to talk about it, so I'll leave it away. But he made it home eventually. Yeah. It probably the longest drive, not the longest drive, because one of the Mitsubishi Montero Northeast guys that came up is not actually from the Northeast.
He's from Tennessee.
He drove all the way up from Tennessee for the event.
And then he got stuck in a bunch of traffic. I saw it posted on Facebook afterward for all people going down to watch the eclipse.
Yes, he got stuck in eclipse traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Ironic.
There was eclipse traffic.
He got stuck in eclipse traffic leaving the Mitsubishi owners.
Well, there weren't that many eclipses because they were all at
the eclipse event?
Well, no, the DSM shootout.
Yeah.
Or at least the first and second gens were.
Which Mitsubishi launched their new stupid Eclipse CUV during the eclipse?
You mean their new CUV?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they did. It's kind of
It was kind of cool though. The pictures were really, really cool.
Yeah, because they were done by I think the main shots were taken by
this guy's Lindbergh. He shoots for
Speed Hunters.
Speed Hunters, yeah.
He's actually a Montero owner too.
Yeah.
Small trivia piece.
Yeah, Gone Dirtin.
Yeah, on Instagram he's at Gone Dirtin, and his pictures are like if there was a Picasso of photography, I would say it would go to him. A Picasso of automotive photography, he would get it. He's really, really good.
So for little trivia, we're going to drive by where the former Danvers State Hospital was. So if you've seen the movie Session 9...
So creepy.
The movie was filmed there.
Yep.
At this creepy old closed state hospital.
Too?
I don't know.
I thought there was another old movie that was filmed there. Wasn't Rosemary's Baby filmed there?
I have no idea.
I feel like I might have just stuck my foot in my mouth, but I think it might have been.
And my mom used to intern there as a nurse.
Yeah, it's a creepy building.
And
whether you believe in haunted things or not, it's strange.
The good news is
take this right. It's pretty fun.
You can live there now.
Yeah, it's condos.
Yeah, you're into condos. Scary condos.
So all the ghosts of mental patients will haunt you.
Yeah, whether you believe in ghosts or not, even the facade of the building is...
It's that classic Gothic, mental asylum look from the 1900s.
I remember after it closed down, when we were probably of the age we normally would have making this drive. 19, 20, 21.
I never went up there.
People used to break in and do urban exploring all the time. It was really creepy and strange.
Yeah.
It wasn't there an episode of one of those ghost hunter shows filmed there?
Man, probably.
Yeah, I think there was.
The super bizarre thing is I watched that movie before I moved here and before I knew where I was moving to. And it wasn't until I met Andrew that I learned the history of Danvers State and realized that that's where that movie was filmed, which made it extra spooky and creepy because it's literally the scariest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, and the road we're driving down right now, where it is, the road itself is creepy.
It's lined with a cornfield.
Yeah.
So you get that vibe going.
Children of the Corn.
And then it's up on the hill. You can see it.
Yeah, you can see the building off in the distance, and then there's nothing else around. On both sides, it's just corn.
Which I think there's a detention center in front of it. Yeah.
It's not a detention center. It's like a juvenile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, due to somebody in my life who I know, I spent some time hanging out there visiting a guest of the detention center. And it's not like a jail kind of building. So there's not like barbed wires around it or anything, but it is in the shadow of the Danvers State Hospital.
So why people want to live there in condos, I don't know.
I assume people that live there are from out of town and don't really realize the history.
Yeah.
Because it's, I don't know, whatever. I mean, I'd probably live there. I don't believe in that stuff.
Well, that's like in Salem, they took an old jail, and now that's condos.
Condos and a restaurant.
Although, it does have a cool arcade bar in it, but so very, very local. stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, that after you guys went to MOD, then you guys went camping.
We spent the rest of the day. We left MOD a little at the end of the show, about 1 o'clock, and we headed back into the Wharton State Forest, which is the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. And we did a 4-wheeling trip, probably about a 5-hour trip, I'd guess. Just some really fun trails. Nothing super technical. They're more like fire road style.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it was there was some overgrown roads that hadn't been used in quite some time. A lot of deep like mud pits. But it was a really good wheeling trip. It would have been a good like entry level trip for somebody who wants to try 4x4 overlanding kind of life. Because there wasn't anything really technical. And there was one section of it that I don't know if it was built that way on purpose or if it was designed. I don't know how it happened, but it was like dirt bike whoops.
Yeah.
Like up and down and up and down and up and down over and over again, like really tight together rolling hills. And it was funny because, as most listeners know, my truck has been broken forever. So I had my Silverado, which is, again, over 20 feet long. And all of the Monteros were going over these whoops, and the nose of the truck would come up and point at the sky, and the nose of the truck would come down and point at the ground, and it was like a really big rolling thing. And then my truck got to the same set of whoops. And these whoops went on for probably a half a mile. But my truck would get there, and it's so long that it would just raise the whole truck up at once.
Oh.
And raise the whole truck back down at the same time. So it's just like up and down, because it was so long that the back tires and the front tires were on 2 different whoops the whole time. So it was definitely an interesting experience.
Don't get on Route 1, take the turn before it.
Take the turn before it, yeah. So that's the right-hand turn right here.
Yes.
The dog didn't seem to like it. I thought he was going to get sick in the truck.
No.
He didn't. He stuck it out. The trooper. So, yeah, we did about a 5-hour, probably, off-road trip.
Yeah.
Really good time. I mean, if you get a chance to, if you're anywhere near our area and you want to do a good off-road trip, that Northeast 4x4 Mitsubishi Club they're pretty active, really good guys. We don't discriminate against non-Mitsubishis, and we have a lot of fun. So, in fact, Jose, one of the founding members, set up a decal to commemorate the trip that he's sending out to everybody this week, which is kind of cool. We all were looking to buy, they have little round country decals.
Mm-hmm.
The Wharton State Forest had WSF country decals, but at the store they ran out of them.
Oh,
so he took it upon himself to make his own. And then on the top it says, Wharton State Forest, New Jersey, and then along the bottom it says Mitsubishi Montero's 4x4 Club Northeast or whatever. So that's kind of cool. They took time to make those as a commemoration of the trip. So we're a fairly new group, but I mean we got some good members and it's a lot of fun. Very, very knowledgeable in off-roading too. So, and we're all gonna get together again for Vermont Overland.
Yes.
Which is coming up pretty soon.
Yes. So because of that, I stayed home. I had some other stuff to do. I wanted to work on my truck because it needed a few things. So we'll go right into project car updates.
Okay. So your update is the Montero.
The 99 Montero. I replaced the transmission filter and did a drain and fill in the fluid because it was kind of brown. I was like, all right, I'll do that. I dropped the cross member and the transmission mount is blown out. So let's see. I've been having an issue with the truck nose starting randomly, and you wiggle the shifter or put it in neutral, it will start. So I think just driving with no headlights. They're probably 100 in their Grand Marquis.
Yeah, he waved at me. I don't know. He acknowledged that I flashed my lights at him, but he didn't turn his lights on.
You can get the picture that you're turning yours on and off.
Yeah.
So I guess we go left up here.
Yep.
Go through Danvers.
Yep.
And then, so I was like, all right, cool. That might be part of the problem where it's a cable shifted automatic transmission, so maybe it's pulling down on the cable a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes if the computer doesn't realize the car is fully in park, or there's some kind of sensor that knows it's not fully in park, or the parking ball is not adjusted properly or something.
Yeah, the park neutral safety switch.
Yeah, so that's the one.
So I was like, all right, I'll have to fix that later. But in the meantime, I did the filter, and it shifted a little better after that. As far as driving down the road, it started shifting better.
Yeah, it wasn't harsh.
was like, all right, that's cool. And then I did the fuel filter with an OEM one, because that seemed past due. It looked pretty original.
I'm sure it was, because people don't think to replace their fuel filters very often. That's an overlooked thing a lot.
Swapped the air filter because we'd gone through NFR, which is super dusty, but actually the air filter wasn't that bad. Then I had a junkyard transmission shifter that was in better shape than the one I had in the car. And I bought it used on eBay, and the junkyard that sold it to me came out of a 96 Montero, so the same one. They sold it to me with the four-wheel drive shifter.
But you didn't even think you needed it, but...
I kind of knew I needed and I wanted it anyways because it had the upgraded white ball shifter. So the way the shifters work, they have this like pivot ball in them, and the one that I have in the 99, the later generation trucks, are like it's almost like the same rubber that like a lacrosse ball is made out of.
Okay.
And it just like deteriorates and falls apart.
I'm sure that they don't do well in heat.
And then the white ball ones are like a hard Durlin plastic, so they last a lot longer. Actually, they're like perfect, like they don't wear out at all.
So the junkyard shifter came with that without even asking for it?
Yeah, for like $60. So
that's like sweet. That's a score then.
So I put that shifter in, the automatic one. Definitely helped because I tightened some stuff up. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to change this four-wheel drive shifter because you got to take the whole center console out to do the automatic one. I was like, might as well change the four-wheel drive shifter. Mm-hmm. And of course, I read a tutorial on the Adventure Driven Design forums about a month ago, and I completely forgot the main thing. There was some train tracks. There are 3 bolts that look like what hold the shifter in, and you're like, cool, I'll just undo those. Well, those are not it. Those are 3 bolts that go directly through a plate. They're not studs, they're bolts. And I hear one, and it falls right into the transfer case.
Yeah, on the back side, it's like a nut, right?
Yep. No, it's just the top. Yeah, the top was a nut, and it was a through bolt.
Right, so you take the nut off, and the bolt just falls out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
good design. Good design.
Damn it. So I pulled the cover off with the 4 correct bolts, and then I literally fished in the transfer case while my dad puffed at me. And I like easily half an hour. Luckily, he had this like bendy magnet. It wasn't like on a extendable stick. It was just a long, thin piece of aluminum with a magnet at the end that I could bend around stuff. And I basically just kept fishing, and finally grabbed it.
Yeah, because if that thing got stuck down there, you wouldn't be driving that truck afoot.
No, I'd take the inspection cover off and like go in there.
Yeah, and hope for the best.
So it was funny because I pulled it up and it got stuck on like one of the gear shafts, like the head of it. So I had to take the other magnet, hold it, take the bendy magnet, make a hook, and went underneath and pulled it out.
I wish I could have been there for that. That sounds like a fun day.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm glad I wasn't there for that.
Anyway, I got it together. Shifts in 4-wheel drive way better than it did before.
Yeah, well, because it's the thing that actually locates the shifter was missing.
Yeah, I can pivot now. So that was one of my worries. I was like, I don't want to go off-roading with this, get it stuck in 4-wheel drive, or not be able to get into 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, get stuck in 4 low up in Vermont and then never be able to make it home because you'd have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally have it towed or pull the car apart there.
Exactly. So that was all set, and then this weekend, I ordered the mount.
The transmission mount.
Yeah, transmission mount, an aftermarket one, and I put that in. And then I adjusted the park neutral safety switch. It was slightly out of adjustment, and adjusted the cable because it obviously stretched with 184,000 miles on it. Now the shifter's super tight. So far, it has not
started.
Not started yet.
Yeah. Double negative.
Yes.
Not started.
So that's all set. I installed my CB.
Kind and courteous use of turn signals, sir.
Yes. Use your blinker.
Yeah.
I installed my CB, but it's kind of weird. I don't know if there's some problem with the CB. I'll have to double check my wiring. I turn it on. It works. It instantly goes to channel 9 whenever you turn it on and off, which is kind of weird.
So we'll just leave channel 9 as our default channel?
No, you can't, because channel 9 is the emergency channel.
Oh, that's right, too. Maybe that's why it defaults to channel 9.
I don't know. Turn it on and off. I figured it seemed to have it's got power, like a constant power, then like a memory power, and then a ground. So I was like, cool, I'll just wire it I'll splice into the same wires into the radio harness that is constant power, memory power, and then I just added the ground wire.
Second car, no headlights on.
Yeah. And then,
Oh, now they're on. That must have heard me.
and then, and then, like, I'll turn it to channel 19, and then all of a sudden it'll just be on channel 9. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
so,
it's maybe something weird, like something simple.
it was a cheap refurb one I bought, not a brand new one, so, I don't know. I'll look into it more.
Yeah, hopefully
So,
that's easy to fix.
that's about it for that.
Anything else?
No, just driving this around a little bit.
I attempted to do the valve stem seals in the Raider today. I pulled the truck down off the hill, opened the hood, got all the tools out. Then I said, you know what? I should go down to AutoZone, or excuse me, Advanced Auto Parts, and rent the tool that I need, the valve spring compressor tool
Yeah.
that I need to do the job, which I called them to make sure they had before I did the car part. So I was just about to get everything all taken apart, and I was like, I'll get the tool first. So I went down to get the tool, and they don't have it.
Yeah, they have the regular one that you have to have the head off, right?
They had the one you had to have the head off, but the fact that they had that isn't even an issue because obviously that doesn't work. But the tool that they brought out when I asked for the valve spring compressor tool was a spring compressor.
Like a strut spring compressor.
Right, for your struts.
So they have no idea.
They have no idea. I said, I need a valve spring compressor tool. He's like, all right, I got you, bro. And he came back out with this
Like a giant
huge
thing.
box. And I was like, this clearly is not going to be what I'm looking for. And he's like, here you go, spring compressor. And I was like, nope. Yes. Okay, let me correct you. It is a spring compressor, yes. But that is not the spring compressor I'm looking for. So, unfortunately, I did not. Again, the update is, there is no update on the Red Raider because I just keep running in circles with the stupid truck.
I'll have to look on eBay for the right one, or...
No, I'm going to go on Amazon tomorrow.
Yeah, Amazon
or maybe even Harbor Freight has one.
Yeah. Literally, if it's only able to get through 8 valves, and that's all you need it for.
Well, I'll just buy 3 of them, and that way I'll be able to do the whole job, and I'll return all 3 of them broken, because that's the way Harbor Freight tools work. So, whatever. It's just frustrating, because, I don't know, I finally had some time to do it, and I thought I did my due diligence, making sure I had the stuff to do it right, and I didn't have the stuff to do it right. The picture on the website at Advanced Auto Parts shows the right tool.
Yeah.
But they don't have it, so... Then I went to every other parts store in town, and nobody has the right one. So, in fact, Pep Boys doesn't even do a valve spring compressor because they're all about stickers and wax.
Yes.
So, whatever. So yeah, that's my project update. Is again no update. So,
What about Stephanie? I think we have project wedding updates.
I don't think you want to hear about those.
No. Well, what? Yeah.
There's one car related update.
Yeah. What are you doing to mark the tables?
Yes. So we're going to use car emblems so long as we can find enough to cover all the tables. Hopefully we'll be able to locate some at the Historics, which we will be attending.
We'll have them before that.
Yeah, but there's swap.
They have like a flea market situation.
Yeah, but I'll have them before. Look at the line here.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It moves pretty fast.
As long as we find a parking spot.
Those will be our table names.
Park up the street.
Will be old car models.
We'll finish this up and go stand.
Yeah, because you have a Camaro logo. I think I saw it.
Yep. No, we have an SS.
So I got the SS, the Grand National.
Yep. I got a Regal.
Yep.
We're looking for a Monte Carlo and like a scripted Galant one would be kind of cool.
Probably
That's
a Cadillac.
pretty impossible to get, though.
Yeah.
Actually, let me go over there, because this is kind of a small
Yes, it's
spot.
kind of small.
Wait. The guy took a spot I was going for.
There's enough room there, I think.
No, right here, though.
Yeah.
This is just easy. It's like curb your wheels.
And we can just finish this up. Yeah, that was it, right? What were we? Oh, so we're gonna go to Lime Rock next Saturday.
Yep.
So if anybody's there, I'll have
We'll have our
stickers.
stickers, yeah.
Find us, message us.
I know a couple of listeners have already asked if we're going to be there.
Yep. Cool.
So we'll see a few people at least.
We're gonna send some stickers out after we get ice cream here.
Yep.
And I guess we'll call it an episode.
Yeah, that actually seemed pretty successful. Hopefully the audio worked out.
It sounds pretty good. It's a little echoey.
Oh, you have a headphone in?
Yeah, I got both
okay.
headphones in. So,
All right.
yeah, maybe we'll do this for like during the lunch break at Lime Rock, because it's like an hour lunch break.
Yeah, maybe.
Go sit in the car or something.
Yeah, maybe if some of our guests are there too. They want to come over and chit chat a little bit on the podcast.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun. So, as always, you can please rate the podcast on iTunes. Share it with your friends. You can follow us Auto Off Topic Podcast on Facebook, Auto Off Topic on Instagram. You can follow me, Race and Anger on Instagram. Follow Brad.
TSISS350.
Yep.
And what is lovely Stephanie's Instagram? She has a couple of fun ones.
Oh, I have Steph's Ugly Kitchen.
Yep.
Steph's Ugly Kitchen.
That's always a good time. Not very many updates there lately, but Cuddle Buddy Enzo is always posting pictures, so...
Yep,
Right.
that's our dog Enzo.
That's one of 2 Auto Off Topic dogs.
Yes.
Yes, they're both covered on that page though. So my Ollie is there too.
Yep.
But all right, guys. Well, have a good night or day, whatever time you listen to this.
Yep.
And
Keep your cars analog.